All right, chat. 4 disturbing CIA discoveries declassified. Ooh, 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 it's scary. Ooh. Oh, I gotta turn this down, dude, because Valen had me cranking this. I just want to say I found this Maverick Files YouTube channel when they had like 15K subs. Okay, I've been on that wave.
While many topics I've discussed and researched are fictional or based in conspiracy, I try to keep the declassified series as strictly only information that has been provided to the public via decade-old informational leaks or from the Freedom of Information Act. And, unfortunately, these are real, uncomfortably and disturbingly real.
Nah, none of these are even gonna be that
It's been a
messed
while
up.
since we've done this. Welcome back.
Joshua?
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission.
Ooh. I like the aesthetic. I thought that said enjoy, poor, stay. I was like, yo, just because I'm poor doesn't mean we need to call me that, okay? Oh, no.
In 1953, a confidential report was written and delivered to the CIA, simply titled, Vida's Cancer Cure, Country, Hungary. The report is only one page, and there doesn't seem to be any declassified responses or follow-ups to the report. But what it does claim is of a Hungarian chemist who, through many experiments, created a cure for cancer. The report contains so little information that it doesn't even know the chemist's full name, just Vida, first name unknown. According to the report, Vida's cure for cancer had an overwhelming success, claiming that 97% of all patients who were treated had been cured of their cancer.
What?
But that it is only used on patients who had not been treated with x-rays. It goes on to say that Vida hasn't revealed the formula for the cure and has already been arrested by the AVH.
What?
The Hungarian KGB, if you would. Many professionals immediately began calling Vida a liar, stating, this method of procedure clearly falls within the category of quack doctoring, and that no one in the board of oncologists have actually heard of people being cured of their cancers. Yet, the AVH have placed Vida in a Budapest hospital under strict and constant supervision, providing him a team of trained professionals. Finally, the report ends by stating, if the Vida drops prove to be of real value as a remedy against cancer, they will be presented to the world as a Soviet discovery. Fast forward several years. It is now 1959. A lengthy letter has been received by the Director of Central Intelligence, Alan Dulles. In the letter, William Peabody Smith shares a letter that he had written to Senator Neuberger, crafting a tale of facts into what can only be defined as a conspiracy theory.
Oh?
In his letter to the senator, William mentions how the American Medical Association is a front for political parties, putting research and medicine second to traditional methods. The American Medical Association is not doing all it can for public health, and is actually acting as a roadblock to retard or stop anything except drug methods and practices from being evaluated. It is run by a politically minded control group who dictate what drugs can be used and what methods employed. William then proceeds to go into great detail, describing the career history of one Dr. Emanuel Stammer, a doctor that was given a formula to, supposedly, fight and remove skin cancer. They would practice this formula against multiple patients, each one stating that, after the formula was given, the skin cancer had, quote-unquote, fallen off, leaving healed skin. After learning of his methods, the American Medical Association charged Dr. Stammer of unethical practice.
What?
And suspended his license for a year for using an untested substance in a serious case of cancer. Once Dr. Stammer returned to work a year later, he would discover that his license had now in fact become permanently suspended. Although his license would be revoked, Dr. Stammer apparently continued to use this formula, and according to William, it continued to work. I called him up, told him I have a relative with skin cancer. He treated her, and in a few weeks, her cancer fell off, leaving healed skin. That was 17 years ago,
I did not know about this, no.
and she is still living and well. William lists off multiple rumored clients of Stammer, all having similar results, that the formula does in fact work.
They
the
tapped
end.
this motherfucker? Like,
The letter claims that the American Medical Association had the largest, most powerful lobby in all of Washington, spending nearly $500,000
I would believe that. Yeah, I would 100% believe that we don't want the cure for cancer.
on public relations. Keep in mind, that is $500,000
Or at least that anyone that finds the cure to cancer in this sphere of the world would have to do it like their like a bigger governing body's way, if that makes any sense at all.
in 1959. Afterwards, Alan would simply write back, "It was considerate
Dude, if I was this YouTuber, I would never make this video. Psh. That's why Maverick Files is gangsta, bro. He don't give a shit.
of you to write your suggestions.
He letting them nuts hang, baby.
They are being given careful attention and consideration." And with that, the cure that William Smith had been referring to, Cribizin, was ultimately debunked by the American Medical Association.
Wait, attempt to reproduce Ivan's claimed results. None of these independent researchers observed any effect of Cribizin on cancer. Compilation of these institutions' negative data was reported in the Journal of the American Medical Association in 1951. Cribizin's backers responded by alleging a conspiracy against the drug. In 1959, Ivy began producing his own versions of the drug under the name Callan. It's all public now, I think so. I don't think the CIA would care that much. My nuts are not hanging. Well, for me, it's cold. My nuts are not hanging. That's wild. So, like, is this shit still in circulation? Like, could somebody get it if they really wanted to? Like, could somebody continue to do this or nah? What do we think? It's fucking wild. The Terror Dome? Yo, what's up? Yo, Terror got their own dome now to throw shows? Hell yeah, I love that band.
Holmesburg Prison, located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania,
Ooh, why do I think this has nothing to do with the band Terror?
was officially given the nickname the Terror Dome.
Hey, dude, I don't know nothing about no CIA, nothing. Curing cancer. They still make that shit or something. I don't know, but all I know is they clone people in Antarctica. Okay? That's what I know. Okay, brother? That's what I know. Yo. Timmy, you think there's like a underground civilization in Antarctica? I want to believe that so bad. I'm alert for like 5 minutes. BRB, okay, Josh, I'll scream for you in 5 minutes to wake your ass up.
And for seemingly good reasons.
This looks like a fucking this looks like fucking holy shit, the Backrooms series, the main Backrooms series videos.
Covered numerous CIA documented attempts of,
Why else can we not go there, bro? Oh shit. Okay, you right. Fuck. I need to chill out.
for seemingly good reasons. I've covered numerous CIA documented attempts of brainwashing and mind control, but
Ooh.
somehow, I'm still surprised every time I find another study. Originally, Holmesburg was created to introduce the idea of isolation-based punishments to prisoners. But overpopulation in the prisons made this difficult, and riots began to burst out due to overcrowding in cells. After many controversies, Holmesburg made itself infamously known. And so,
This hoe haunted as fuck.
starting in the late 1950s, Holmesburg opened itself up to medical experiments.
What?
They opened their doors to Dr. Albert Kligman,
Uh-oh.
and upon entering the
You already know this dude a free. Well, he looks so happy and nice. Wait, he looks like a happy old man, dude. A little old happy man. He can't be a freak, right?
prison, the doctor noted, all I saw before me were acres of skin. It was like a farmer seeing a fertile field for the first time.
Never mind, he a
Albert
freak.
Kligman would use disturbing procedures, exposing prisoners to horrific situations to which he received payments from supposedly 33 sponsors.
What?
Companies including Johnson & Johnson and the U.S. Army. His practices exposed inmates to numerous diseases and skin infections, like herpes, skin blistering chemicals, and would also feed them psychoactive drugs. A disturbing retelling comes from one inmate, in which they claim they were exposed to microwave radiation, sulfuric acid, and that it left their forearm skin in a leather-like substance, along with blistering and burning their... These experiments would often attempt to study the concept of regrowth by stitching ligaments and fragments of human corpses to the backs of other inmates. Another inmate came forward and stated, "They used my body. They did things to me that were inhuman. I feel less than a woman because of the things they did to me. This brought me pain. A lot of pain." Despite how horrific the experiments were, they were not uncommon in the cell blocks. In the 1,200-person facility, over 80% of inmates faced experiments. The experiments ranged wildly, and even purposely resulted in spreading several flus and poisons across the cell blocks. But it was the United States Army who contracted Kligman to perform mind-altering experiments. Subjects would be taken to personal trailers, unaware of what drugs they were being given, and then were given multiple serums with, some rumored, to contain LSD. Now, as treacherous as this all was, the inmates did consent to the experiments.
What?
To a degree. They would be given forms to sign that stated that they would be paid per experiment.
I was about to say, either paid or released sooner.
Unfortunately, the harsh severity of some experiments were purposefully left out of the forms, which, of course, goes heavily against the Nuremberg
And
Code.
100%.
Those who were affected by the serums were documented to develop sudden violent behavior, temporary paralysis, and hallucinations, which lasted for days. In 1976, the public would hear of Kligman's actions through a court case, Roach versus Kligman. Jerome Roach would describe the horrors he faced and the lack of warning and misleading forms that he had signed. He recounts how he took a quote-unquote temperature pill and was told that there would be no side effects. However, within 4 days, Roach developed various symptoms of physical illness, including sore throats, sore joints, fever, nausea, and sores and rashes. In addition to the assortment of symptoms that Roach developed, he was then improperly treated for the symptoms.
Oh, so it's lucky that we didn't start COVID, is pretty much what happened. Yeah, okay. Or worse.
In the end, the court dismissed all claims filed against Kligman. Once the public began hearing more and more about the Terror Dome, it led to many prisoners forming together to file lawsuits against Dow Chemical, Johnson & Johnson, and Kligman, resulting in 298 ex-prisoners suing for better medical care and for financial compensation for being test subjects. In 2002, the federal court ruled that the statute of limitations had passed, and the ex-prisoners' cases were all dismissed.
Insane. Operation Connor? What Connor getting up to?
November 25th, 1975.
Oh, hey, I said I would yell for Josh. Yo, YouTube frogs and anybody watching right now, this is your fair warning. Turn your volume down right now, okay? YouTube frogs, I'm sorry, I ain't editing this shit, bro. I'm cutting it on the in and the out points, so sorry, bro. You're cooked, but turn it down right now. I am so sorry if you got fed this on your auto feed for your TV, okay? Josh! Okay, you're good.
Head of the Chilean National
Good morning.
Intelligence Directorate has just invited 50 intelligence officers across South America for a special meeting. A meeting to discuss how to keep the political stronghold that they had growing. And with the help of the United States CIA and rumored help of France, although they deny any participation, Operation Condor was established. The USA, and especially the CIA, is not a shy force in the face of other countries' political fights. But Operation Condor is one of the more sinister campaigns that the CIA operated. A campaign to repress liberal and democratic parties
What?
and eliminate Marxist ideologies across South America
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This shit's crazy.
in any means necessary.
Yeah.
Coups, misinformation, assassinations, and much, much worse. From 1975 to 1983, approximately 760 people were kidnapped, tortured, and murdered, all to help prevent left-wing politics from rising, according to the Archive of Terror. But in its prime clandestine time, the numbers of deaths attributed to Operation Condor is estimated to actually reach over 60,000.
God forbid that some fucking South American fucking countries do whatever the fuck they want to try and fix their shit. No. We gotta go in there and get our fucking authoritarianism, fascism asses in there and let them know what the fuck it's like to be old red, white, and blue, brother. Okay? Let them know. Let them know the extreme version of red, white, and blue. Sounds like Helldivers.
Victims included not only
Literally.
union and political leaders, but priests, monks, nuns, and students. Not only did the United States fund this operation, the CIA provided them with secretive information, provided planning and routing, and trained them on how to torture.
Not for like, even if you disagree with communism, if that's what they choose, let them be like, damn, yeah, bro, exactly. Like, bro, it's fucking. Why are we fucking with these people? Like, I understand the Red Scare and everything, but like, really, like, we're fucking with like basically like third world countries probably for the most part. Like, we're fucking them up completely. Like these groups that are gonna have no effect at all on Americans. Like, what the fuck?
With Argentina facing a loss from
I remember when I heard this shit, when I was like getting like educated on politics and shit, I was like, yo, what? The CIA did what? What? Literally, I think it's the whole take everything from the British still in the US, but then again, that's a theory.
Falklands War, the leadership in Argentina fell, and thus resulted in multiple more South America dictatorships falling. And with this, Operation Condor was over.
It's just insane. Like, it wasn't even leaders. Like, it was really, like he was saying, it's like fucking like priests and shit. Like, yo, like leaders, okay, I get to a point, but like if they're taking out anyone that just like agrees with like socialism, that's like crazy, dude. Insane. Anyways, sorry. Just want to say that.
I aim to not theorize or speculate, so sometimes certain entries feel short, or maybe even rushed. That's not because I want to get through a video quickly, but simply because the information that has been provided to the public is lackluster. This factor alone has made it rather difficult to include or exclude topics, but we'll continue nonetheless. This entry being a prime example.
Oh.
A document written by the CIA was delivered and presented to Richard Clarke, the chief counterterrorism advisor on the National Security Council and the National Coordinator for Security.
Oh, Lord.
After the USS Cole bombing, in which Al-Qaeda launched a suicide attack on the USS Cole, killing 17 Navy sailors, the CIA quickly authored up a letter, the Blue Sky Memo. There is no information regarding what the memo specifically consisted of, but the premise was direct and simple. This is what the CIA can do if they were elevated to operate above legal, financial, and political restrictions. AKA, here's what we can accomplish if the sky were blue. I don't know what's scarier. Everything we know.
Pause so you can read it.
Political.
Let's see. The Blue Sky Memo was documented by the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA. The premise of the memo was described actions the CIA should undertake if it did not have to operate under legal, financial, and political restrictions. That is to say, if the sky were blue. This is inspired by the U.S. Call Clinton administration. Was delivered to Richard A. Clarke on December 29, 2000. According to the 9/11 Commission report, no action was taken on these ideas in the few remaining weeks of the Clinton administration. National Security Advisor Sandy Berg did not recall seeing or being briefed on the Blue Sky memo, nor was the memo discussed during the transition with incoming top Bush administration officials. CIA Director George Tenet and his deputy told us they pressed these ideas as options after the new administration took office.
Restrictions, aka, here's what we can accomplish if the sky were blue. I don't know what's scarier, everything we know that the CIA has done in the past, or everything the CIA brainstormed if the sky were blue. As always, thank you for watching. It felt good to get back into the series. I hope you enjoyed your stay. I've been your host, Time 6, and this has been the Maverick Files. Have a good night.
Hell yeah, dude. So sick. Oh, this was what I was looking for. I was looking for the Patreon. I just saw P and I clicked. Pushing B. Kind of bands. Ooh, 400? Oh, that could be inflated by free members. I just realized. That's sick, though, dude. Hell yeah. Skyward Blue Eyed Suck Some Peen? Yo, what? Yo, what's up, Classic? How goes it, homie? Alright, chat. Oh, wait, let me read some of the comments here. The more you learn about how all governments around the world operate and what stuff they hide from the public, the more horrified and angry you become. It's a disgusting world we live in. The biggest roadblock to the government authority is your rights, and they hate you for having them. Oh, yes, they would. Finally, someone talks about Operation Condor. The whole of South America bled out millions of deaths. And in Chile, this has never been forgotten. Thousands of people still disappeared, and they're commemorated each year. A few years back, there were many mass graves that the military used to bury the people they kidnapped as political enemies, which was anyone who dared speak against the coup d'etat. Am I saying that right? Which the U.S. heavily financed and for which they trained the Chilean military and police on torture techniques back in the day, some of which still being used to this day. It's liberating to see someone talk about that atrocity that the land of the free did to us, especially because we're still suffering the consequences of that event. I've always said it, but the freedom that the U.S. enjoys was built upon corpses of millions of people that didn't even know about U.S. politics. Dude, I was really watching a video about Mafia 2, and the dude was talking about how this, like, Timmy, thank you for the lurk, by the way, I appreciate you, King. Talking about how they tried to hire, like, a mob boss to take out Fidel Castro. Like some U.S. whoever. It's crazy. I remember seeing a Hungarian doctor in television program claiming that his medicine pills could cure cancer, but then he was never heard from again. The 90s might have been the democracy era in Hungary, but the government still made people disappear. To quote Windagoon, if you ever think to yourself the government wouldn't do that, just remember, oh yes, they would. Operation Condor remains a heartbreaking part of Latin American history. Here in, I'm going to completely botch the name of that country. 40 years later, we are still digging up the bodies of the disappeared and the high commanders who ordered their deaths die without saying where they buried. And all the people who were thrown into the sea will never be found. That's insane. Someone whose mother died of cancer, this conspiracy that they're hiding the cure is really fucking annoying. Yeah, it is. Why would they offer a cure when they can instead bill you every step of the way? Yeah, I mean, it is like the main cause of death at this point. The costs to treat it are just too high and so terrible. You are forced to try and help with thousands. My grandma and others have passed, but telling the average person would result in you being the crazy one. I wouldn't say anything that glows, but there's only one thing, or only one way things like this will change. Literally never before times we live in. Yeah. Oh, it was just... Wait, is somebody saying that mushrooms Yes, there's no way in cures, only treatment. Cancer has been cured. They want you to die, evil world. As someone who works in cancer research and prevention, at least agreed. Really? Damn, mushrooms such as mesma? That is also why X-ray deactivated its use. CGB, flower, and mesa. I quite literally have proof. What? Can you show proof? Real question. Really good question. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the skin cancer thing just isn't true. If you know how cancer works, skin cancer presents on the surface, but it is cancer and has crab-like branches that reach into the depths of the skin that get a firm hold inside of you. More cancerous lessons will start to show. Wait. Lesson. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm messing up. We'll start to show in other areas. It can't just fall off. If it could just fall off, then we would all be using wart remover to freeze off skin cancer and watch it fall off, leaving healed skin underneath, which is what I believe he was using. We wouldn't need surgery to remove the because a person is needed to see all the roots, how far each person has spread, and remove all of it, not just the bit on the surface. Okay. My man, I don't compare a lot of YouTube creators as up there with Lazy or Let's Read, but you, sir, are up there. Keep it up. We love it. Yo, hell yeah.